Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm sorry I've been away for a few days, but I have been uber busy. I'm not back at work, I'm still immobile, but I have been busy, and in the next few videos I'll explain why I've been so busy. I just got back. Today is, I don't even know what it is. It's Wednesday, I believe. It's Wednesday evening. I'm looking at 5:30 p.m. We're having a storm outside. It has been so hot here at the house. I just got back from Nashville, Tennessee. Yesterday I was this far from Florida, and I'll explain all that in videos to come. But I've been chomping at the bit to make a video because, as you know, of course, there's things that I really wanted to talk about. Some things have kind of come and gone, but I didn't get a chance to talk about it, and I want to today. Just as a personal note, today is Wednesday. A week from tomorrow, I go back to the orthopedist, and I'm hoping he takes me out of this boot and that I'll begin to take a few steps. We shall see. But there's been some things dominating the news that I want to talk about. It's been a lot of heartbreak in Texas with these floods, as all of you that are at least in the States surely know about. I think, about 100 people confirmed dead now. If you're like overseas, you know what I'm talking about. We had some flash floods in Texas over the weekend that flooded out a children's summer camp, and a lot of these poor children got caught up in this thing and lost their lives. I think as of now there's still well over 150 people unaccounted for, so that does not bode well. It's just a tragic thing. It's I believe, if you want to look it up, if you haven't heard about it, it's floods in, I believe, the Kerrville, Texas area. Just awful. Lord have mercy. These I can't imagine the grief some of these people are going through. It's just awful. But I have got to get to several things quickly if I can. I haven't had a whole lot of time to do a whole lot of research. I'm just going to kind of throw off the top of my head here, and I want to start, of course, with the Epstein files. I have been hammering, as so many people have for so long, about the absolute inattention. Is that a word, inattention? Lack of attention that Pam Bondi and the Justice Department has been giving to the Epstein files. You know, we've had, 7 months now, 6 months since Trump was inaugurated, and we've been waiting and waiting and waiting because we had been told we were going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to get to the bottom of the Epstein files, the client list, and we're going to hear who was on that thing. And of course, okay, maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Waiting and waiting and waiting, and nothing, just absolutely nothing. It's almost as if Pam Bondi and the others at the Justice Department are finally just saying, we're sick of hearing about it, so this is what we're going to tell you. And they did tell us something day before yesterday. I believe this was on Monday, when they announced that there is no client list. There is no client list. There's no client list. There's no names to be released. And Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. Now, can we move on to something else? Now, folks, this is what I would expect out of the Biden administration. When you talk about people like Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, who railed about this kind of stuff, at least the latter two did, for months and months on their own podcast, for them now to get into office and just completely reverse course on us, it feels like a betrayal. It feels like we've been cheated on, if you ask me. And the question that I've got is simply this: if there is no client list, if there are no names to be released, then why is Ghislaine Maxwell in prison? Can somebody explain that to me? Do we owe her an apology? Does she need to be let out of prison? Now, what really added fuel to the fire here, if you will, or insult to injury, was yesterday when some brave reporter broached this topic with Donald Trump, who was in a meeting, I believe it was a regular cabinet meeting, and Pam Bondi was to his right. And this reporter asked Trump about this, about there being no names on the Epstein client list. Why are we just now announcing that there's no names? And bear in mind, folks, we have it on record. If I'd had time to put some stuff together, and you may have already seen it, where Pam Blondie just a few months ago talked about the list that was sitting right on her desk. Do you remember that? So either she was lying then or she's lying now. It can't be both. It's one or the other. So which is it, Pam Blondie? I am so sick of being lied to by these people. Again, this is what you expect out of the Biden Justice Department. Once again, have we been suckered, folks? Anyway, this reporter asked Trump about this, and Trump gets perturbed at the question. And he's like, really? You're going to ask me about this? We've got all these things happening in Ukraine and all this tragedy down in Texas, and you're going to ask me about this guy, Epstein? I mean, you should be ashamed of yourself even bringing up a subject like that. Just completely dismissing it as if there's no substance to such a thing whatsoever, as if it's not important at all. The president is wrong about this, and I'm telling you, there are people online that are eating him for lunch about this matter because, folks, this is important. We need the truth. We need our leaders to take this seriously, which they obviously are not doing because you're telling us two different stories. Pam Blondie, you go from telling us, yes, we've got the list, it's on my desk, we're going through it now, to yesterday, yeah, there is no list. How many times have you been suckered? I'm right there with you. It's like the teenage boy who gets his heart broke by every girl in the classroom. That's me. That's me. Or the bridesmaid left at the altar. That's me. And so many millions of Americans. Finally, now we got the right people in office. Now we're going to get the truth. We got Kash Patel in the FBI. Now we're going to get to the bottom of things. We got Dan Bongino. We listen to him every day. He is a solid guy. He's talking about the very things we're talking about. Now he's in office. Now we're going to get to the bottom of things. And it's all bullshit. And once again, we're left holding the bag, as it were, with Donald Trump poo-pooing us and patting us on the head and telling us it's essentially that it's just not important and stop asking me about it. We're not going to stop asking about it because this is important. Now, the question becomes, folks, quickly. By the way, I cannot remember the guy's name. I highly commend to you the interview that Tucker Carlson released yesterday. It's on YouTube. I cannot remember the guy's name. He is a yeoman reporter. I believe his first name is Saagar, Saagar. His last name escapes me, and I may be butchering his first name. Just go look at the Tucker Carlson channel. It's dealing with this very issue, and this guy lays it out beautifully, better than I ever could. It's absolutely wonderful, and he explains why this is so important, and he answers the question, why are these names being kept from us? There is a list, folks, or at least there was. And this Saagar, if that's his name, he's speculating on whose names were on the list. And I think he's dead on target. Now, first of all, you know, Elon Musk, and I'm going to get to him in a few minutes. Man, it's storming outside. Elon Musk, at one point after he and Trump had their most recent falling out, he tweeted that Trump's name was on the client list. And then later on, of course, he erased that tweet. So, you know, Elon's got some issues. I don't know what to believe about him. More about him in a minute. But I don't believe Trump is on the client list. It seems rather obvious to me, and it should to you as well, because if Donald Trump's name were on the Epstein client list, Donald Trump would not be president right now. If you don't believe the Democrats would have made hay with that, they certainly would have. They would have relished the idea of, if they thought Trump was on that list would have been released well before the election. I'll put it that way. And Tucker was stating, it is true, there are photos. There was interaction, Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. They did know each other. And while Trump is a flawed individual, as we all are, of course, the notion that he would be into this sordid, even pedophilia, things like this, that just doesn't seem like Trump. Again, I could be wrong again, but I just don't see it, folks, because his political opponents, people that are seething with hatred toward Donald Trump, they surely would have capitalized on it had he been on said list. This reporter was speculating with great deal of certainty that the names which are on the list are names which are either in the intelligence community or are affiliated with the intelligence community, because he said this sort of behavior is rife within the intelligence community. What do I mean by that? I mean the CIA. I mean the secret letter agencies, the agencies that don't publish what their budget is. We don't know what the CIA gets, or the NSA, or all these agencies. We don't know what their budget is. We don't know what they're doing. Where's the accountability? Nobody knows. It's a secret organization, and one that kills presidents who say they're going to get rid of them, if you follow me. You don't mess with them. They've got carte blanche. So if they can, what's the old saying? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. If you can do anything that you want to with unlimited funds, as apparently those in the intelligence community can do, from all we can tell, is there any end to what they would do or how they would behave? I mean, think about it. This reporter says that child pornography, which is, I can't even grasp this, how anyone could get into such utter, sickening, demonic perversion. And buddy, if I was the judge and they came before me, they would be hating life real quick. That's all I can say. But it's very interesting to me that this big denial was issued the day before Benjamin Netanyahu came to town, and President Trump and Yahoo pulled the chair out for him again. I imagine he did the last time he was here. Could it be that intelligence, those in the intelligence communities in both the United States and Israel, were involved with this, and that's why we're not going to see the names released? Because if there's any protected species, if you will, in the deep state, it's got to be those in the secret agencies. And that's what this man is speculating. Although he is saying there are undoubtedly high-profile names on there, such as a past prime minister of Israel and perhaps some royalty from the UK. But they issued this denial just as Netanyahu comes to town. And I was listening to Alex Christoforou talk yesterday, and he was just chuckling because what else can you do? It's like they're saying, yeah, there is no list, and by tomorrow they'll be saying there is no island. What was the name? Epstein. There is no Epstein Island. There was no Lolita Express. Jeffrey Epstein, who is that? Who are you talking about? There's no Jeffrey Epstein. In other words, will you people stop asking us about this? Just go away. Stop pestering us about this. That ain't going to happen. Not from this cowboy, it ain't. I want to know the truth. And if this current lot can't give us the truth, as they told us they would, then it's time for another lot. So what do? That remains to be seen. All right, there's so much to be said about that, but let me move on because there's a couple of things I really want to get to. Elon Musk had his falling out, as you know, with Donald Trump. Elon Musk announced, this was last week, I've been wanting to talk about it ever since then, that he's going to form a new party, the America Party, a new political party. And I just want to give you my thoughts on this. These are my thoughts. Elon can do whatever he wants. He is a well-moneyed man, obviously the richest man in the world, and he has very wealthy friends as well. He can basically do whatever he wants to do. And if he wants to spend his resources and his time establishing a new party, have at it. It's fine with me. What's going to come of it? I don't see anything coming of it, quite frankly. It's been tried so many times in our lifetimes. We've had the Libertarian Party. We've had the Reform Party. We've had the Constitution Party, the U.S. Taxpayers Party, and now the and others, the Communist Party. We've got a Communist Party. And now we've got the America Party. I think that Elon, because he has so much money, he could finance campaigns for assorted elections across the country, and he could probably knock off some. This only hurts Republicans, in my estimation, more so than Democrats. At this point, not that I care, but I think it hurts Republicans more than Democrats, and I think he could conceivably capture a few House seats, perhaps. I think mostly what Elon's party could do is play spoiler. You may remember back in '92 when it was Papa Bush versus Bill Clinton versus Ross Perot, who I believe was running on the reform ticket, if I'm not mistaken. Neither of those three men got 50% of the vote. Clinton got the most. I think he was mid-40s, 43, 45, 47, something like that. And he won, but nobody got over 50%. And I think a lot of people feel like that Perot played spoiler. I don't know what would have happened if Perot had not been in the race. Clinton still may have won, for all I know. We will never know. But that's the kind of thing I think Elon's third party could do. But, you know, here's the thing, folks. We do need, in my opinion, a viable third party. I don't know if this is the one we need. I'd rather go with a Libertarian Party or a Constitution Party or something like that rather than a whole new party. Because the thing that bothers me about Elon is, while I appreciate all the work he did with Doge, which has now been pretty much dismissed, of course, with the big, beautiful bill, Elon is on record. He has been a Bernie Sanders voter, a Biden voter, a Clinton voter, an Obama voter. He is an admitted socialist. You can find the post where he said so. That is Elon Musk. So, you know, I don't guess the American Party has been around long enough to give us a platform, but I would assume that it would reflect the personal political beliefs of Elon Musk, which I'm not all that impressed with. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I don't know, but we do have a uniparty. There's no question about it. Republicans and Democrats. I mean, where's the difference, folks? Other than rhetoric, where's the difference? It's just so frustrating, and it just never seems to end. All right, one more thing before I close that I got to cover. I've got to touch on the fact that Russia is absolutely dominating Ukraine right now to the degree that, folks, it's all but over. I mean, it is all but over. Russia is just having their way with Ukraine, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. I talked about this, I believe, in my last video, where we are so low on inventory. And I know Trump, once again, has announced he's going to send more weaponry to Ukraine. I think that's just the last gasp. I wouldn't even read much into that at all. It's over. It is a matter of time before somebody in Ukraine is going to have to come to the table and sign some papers and agree that the war is lost. America can't do it. NATO can't do it. Russia is outspending us. They are out manufacturing us. Alex and Alexander were talking about the fact that we have lost the industrial war. The United States has lost this industrial war, and they went down the list. If you watch Alex Cristoforo's video from today, I was listening to it coming home from Nashville. He was going down the list talking about all of the things that Russia has manufactured and continues to manufacture at breakneck speed. The missiles, the tanks, the drones, over and over. The only place that America is matching them is in fighter jets. And it's the same with China as well. They are just, both nations are in warp speed in arms development. They are leaving us in the dust. We're not going to help Ukraine anymore because we can't. We don't have it. We just don't have the goods. It's over. And it might hurt Donald Trump's ego to call Putin up and say, okay, you win. I don't know if Trump's got that in him, folks, but that's the reality of the situation. We would be well served. President Tim would have done this a long time ago, to call Putin up and say, okay, it's all yours, buddy. We're going to just tend to our own affairs here in the Western Hemisphere. Best of luck to you. Hope to take you out to dinner sometime. Come to America. I'll take you to a steakhouse or whatever. This is so frustrating to me. This should be so completely different. I read a blurb on Citizens Free Press where Trump, and there's a leaked audio of this, where Trump had said to his top donors in 2024, he told Putin and he told Xi Jinping in China, if you go into Ukraine or you go into Taiwan respectively, I've got no choice but to bomb Moscow and to bomb Peking. Well, good luck with that, Mr. President. This is what the world has come to. This is what's happened to the United States of America, my country, because of our continual, perpetual meddling in the affairs of other sovereign nations. We have bankrupted ourselves, and we have depleted our own military inventories. We're in a dangerous situation. And Donald Trump needs to get over his damn ego long enough to admit this. You notice, of course, the recent Pentagon budget has been jacked up well over, I think it's like $1.3 trillion. Because they know it, folks. They know it. We're being outspent, outproduced, and it never had to be this way. In 1991, I could have shaken hands with the Russians and their new nation and said, let's be partners. Let's make the world a better place. Let's get off our war footing. But that Western ego, man, we've just got to be on a war footing with somebody because people get wealthy when we are. All right, I'm going too far. This is stuff off the top of my head. I really wanted to make a video and get this thing up. I'll try and get some more thoughts together and get another one out maybe tomorrow or the next day. I'm excited. Comments down below if you would please. I would really appreciate that. A big thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you think. I would love hearing from you, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.